Hello guys and welcome to our more video. My name is Will and we are talking about Dragonheir Silent Gods Continental Challenge. It's going on, it's almost on the last days of the first week and it's becoming the right time to do this challenge. So we have by the time we are doing this video, I'm doing this video, it's 2 days and 6 hours. So I'm gonna release this on the next day, which means we're gonna have more 1 day and a few hours to do this 2 of these 6 boxes. So what I recommend to you, this will really depend which is your best team. I already did a video about that, so I'm not gonna take too long talking about this. But for me, I'm thinking about doing Vasska and Wrymrrow, or maybe Tamar because I have a good poison team. So the videos I'm gonna do today and later today as well is for a Necrotic team on Vasska and a wild team on Wrymrrow, because I know the wild characters are pretty good, even the ones that are free to play like epics and rares. So let's go to Vasska, let's check the teams I have so you guys can use it as well. So I have different teams, they work quite similar to each other and I'm doing around the same damage. This one is doing 226, this one I reached 260 million with this one, and this one 248. And keep in mind, if you have better gear than me, because my gear is not that great, if you have better gear than me, you'll be able to do more damage than this, because a lot of people are using similar teams to these ones, alright? So this one is the one that is doing more damage at the moment. This one is the second, this one is the third. These are the teams I'm using on Vasska. Okay, I'm gonna explain all of them. I'm gonna start with the best one I have at the moment. So I don't know if this boss is bugged, if he's not working as intended, because the way this guy works is, on the passive, he inflicts 1 stack of undispellable attack penalty, and then he gives attack up, speed up, and does this damage. And if you want to reduce the damage from his ultimate and all of his skills, you can use healing reduction. And this guy gives more 10% ultimate damage for each ultimate that you cast. So it's really important that you speed up your abilities. So let's have a look at the characters we are using. So first one, we are using Fitz. Fitz is a rare character that you can use. I have this guy here because level 1 is tanking. I can replace it there, or like this, doesn't matter because they are surviving the full 5 minutes. Because of Philosophy mainly. So this guy will remove all the attack penalty. So he will, each million healing received by his summons will give 1 stack of attack penalty to all the enemy heroes. So everyone will get stacks of attack penalty. And this guy with the ultimate will transfer all his debuffs to himself. Which means that he will remove this attack penalty from my damage dealers, increasing my damage. Okay? And that's basically how this guy works. And if you want, you can use him on this place. Besides that, I'm giving him a lot of skill haste because I'm using the Brotherhood Spirit, and each time I cast ultimate skill, besides removing all the debuffs on my characters, I also get an increased damage of 15%. Okay? I have a lot of skill haste, so skill haste here 18, skill haste there 13, and then I have Rift Hourglass. So as much as skill haste, because you can cast this unlimited times, there's no limit for this buff, so you can even cast it every 10 seconds to get this buff permanently, but it's really hard unless you are using 2 characters to get this buff. Then on my Earzillas, I'm using the Puppeteer, okay? This Puppeteer is very useful as well, because this set will increase the ultimate energy by 10%, so every time this guy casts the ultimate, and I'm using skill haste on him because of that as well. So skill haste 11, skill haste here as well 13. Skill haste is very important. I think it's around, let me check, I can tell you how much is it. So 30 skill haste is 5%, so it will take around 1 second from your timings, alright, from your ultimate. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have 54, so it's 18.2. 60 skill haste will be around 2 seconds. So as you guys can see, I have 54, almost 60 will be 18 seconds, alright? This is how you can use skill haste, okay? Basically, each 30, around that will take you 1 second of your ultimate timing. I'm using the which remains on him. And on this guy, it makes it easier to do it on auto mode because his ultimate is all over this area and is melee. So he's not gonna fail the ultimate. For example, if you're using Zarlot, which is this character. Let's have a look here. So this guy here, if using this guy here, which is a possibility as well, is sometimes you're gonna miss the ultimate on the boss because he will target all the summoners. Okay, so this guy will apply defense penalty and also get a Puppeteer. Then Citrelia, I just have a load of attack damage on her to increase the skills, because on the passive she will gain the summoning units gain attack up equal 10% of Citrelia's attack, so this way the more attack she has, more attack she will give to the summoned units, until level 1 is killed those units, but that's how it works. Then the battle skill she will do some damage and apply Banshee's Curse that will increase the damage from summoned units, and ultimate will increase also damage dealt by 10%. So basically just give as much attack percentage to her as you can, and that's basically it. This guy we already talked about. Lane 1 is just give the best gear as possible to her, and that's basically it. And then Philosia, you can use the Ancestral Protection just to reduce the damage on your team. We get Proficiency, and you can use these Talent Tree as well, and make sure to have some skill haste as much as possible without breaking apart this set, because I want her to cast always at the same time. I always want her to cast around here, so it reduces the damage from the ultimate, which is the one that does a lot of damage. Okay, so we have Fitz taking the attack penalty from everyone. We have some reduced damage from Philosia's shield and a lot of damage from these guys, and also defense penalty from Irzilas. So let's just check the timings. So these are the timings. We have the ultimate from Irzilas that will grant attack up to all allies and the damage up to all undead summon units. Then we have the ultimate from Citrelia, and then we have the ultimate from this one, okay? And I have 15 seconds just because they will not cast around 15 seconds, but sometimes they are quicker because of the Puppeteer set. And then we have this guy as fast as possible to get that increased attack damage to everyone. And then we have Philosia casting at 12 seconds, which will be here, and sometimes she delays a little bit, but I want her to cast it always at the same time, so that's why it's on 18 seconds, alright? So that's basically it. So let's just play it for a few seconds so you guys can see how it works. Alright, so he used the ultimate and gave some increased damage, so you guys can see everyone has attack penalty. So when Fitz uses ultimate, it's going to remove all those attack penalties from them. Alright, you guys see? Everyone lost those stacks of attack penalty. Of course, they have more stacks once again, but now it's gonna remove again and again, and this will be just a repetition. It just removed, and at least if we keep the stacks lower, it means that we'll do more damage. And that's basically how it works. We have the Velocity Shield, and that's basically it. So let's just check the other teams I have. So the maximum damage I did with this one was 260 million. And then let's check the other ones. So we have the second strongest one, which is this one, which is basically the same strategy. But in this case we have Tia casting as fast as possible with the Hourglass and activating this Brotherhood Spirit to increase the damage. And she will reduce the damage incoming from the boss with the Healing Prohibition. Okay, so every time you apply Healing Prohibition, you have 30% less damage on you. And then we have Thorin with the same gear, but this time is going to give these stacks of damage from the Solar King Horn, and that's basically it. Okay, on this one you don't need to do much. To be honest, everything is on auto mode, so 15 and 15, same timings. These ones are just free. Let them cast as much as possible, and that's basically it. And the last one that is doing less damage is this one, which I tried with Thorin. Okay, so it's basically a mix of the other two teams, but this one is doing less damage because my Thorin can't keep everyone alive. Alright, so that's basically it. We can just play with the strongest one, so you guys can see how it goes, and we can play on 4 times. And that's basically it. Okay, so the thing on 4 times is that you can't really see the attack penalty buffs. or any buffs, to be honest. But that's basically it. At least with this placement, as you guys can see, level 1 is a bit more protected, so this way she don't get the attack penalty, but it's still really hard because there's a lot of summons everywhere, and they eventually will attack her. But the velocity here is one of the most important things. She provides a lot of survivability, and then fits will reduce all of those attack penalties. It looks like they are there, but it's just a bug. If I press it there, they will change, just because every time you change to ×4, all the stacks, all the buffs and debuffs will stay there, fixed. So there's no updates when you are on 4 times speed. Okay, so as you guys can see, the damage is pretty good. We reached 200 million quite easy, so it's like 3 minutes, and we already are reaching 200 million. The worst problem with every comp is doing more than 200 million, because when you reach 200 million, it will reduce 90% of the damage. But we are on 230, and by this time the damage will go slower, okay? So the damage will be slower until the 0 minutes. And the shield from velocity, as you guys can see, it's really important. I don't have any heal. All the heal is from the gear, so I'm using that set, that mythic, that can give me some heal back, and that's the only thing that is providing me some healing. So we are already reaching 230. So if you have a better gear, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do more damage. You can temper and increase the stats of the gear. The gear I'm using is not tempered, but that's something I'm gonna do when I do the boss, because I'm not gonna save the result from this one. It's just to show you that this team is capable of doing a lot of damage, and the better gear you have, more damage you'll be able to do. So we are reaching 0 minutes now. Everyone is still alive. The damage is becoming insane. My tank, I don't know if, yeah, she's gonna survive. Okay, 255. Everyone is alive, so yeah, everyone will survive up to 10 minutes. Maybe one more ulti? No. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've done 260 million before, now I did 258. It's still a good result, but keep in mind, all the results you guys check on the records, so everyone have done this already. Most of them, they will have temper, okay? So you guys can see there's temper there, there's temper. When you guys see the necrotic icon, not temper, my bad. You can temper, of course, but it's not the temper I'm talking about, it's the other one. So you can select some gear and do the elemental ascension, okay? So there's a lot of people with this, and this will increase your damage a lot, okay? For example, on this one will increase 12% attack, and this will help a lot to increase your damage, okay? So this is my necrotic team that I'm using on Vasska. Of course, if you don't have level 1s, this will not be the ideal team for you, and if you don't have level 1s, then I advise you to do the other one, okay? Which is this one, okay? I advise you to do Talendor because it increases the summoned unit's highest attack, if you want to play with a summoner team. If not, do Viniara, she's quite easy, and I'm gonna release a video today talking about the team, the strategy, and other options you can use. For Vasska, it's a bit hard if you don't have level 1s. Level 1s is really the star to do Vasska, and without her is a bit more complicated. Okay guys, so comment below if you have any questions, join my Discord if you need any more help. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.